Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today, and today we're going to be talking about the New York Knicks potentially trading for Walker Kessler, 7-foot big man for the Utah Jazz. It's been reported that the New York Knicks are interested in trading for either Walker Kessler or Nick Richards from the Charlotte Hornets, and it has been reported also that the New York Knicks have talked to the Utah Jazz about a potential Walker Kessler trade. This is reported on Bleacher Report and a whole bunch of other websites, NBA sources. So, Walker Kessler could end up in a New York Knicks uniform, and we're here to talk about it. 64 games, 22 game starts with Utah in the 2023-24 season, 23.3 minutes per game. Field goal percentage was 65.4%. Doesn't shoot threes often. Average 8.1 points per game, 8 rebounds per game. Is an excellent shot blocker. Averaged 2.4 blocks per game with the Utah Jazz. So, the New York Knicks need a center with Isaiah Hartenstein signing with the Oklahoma City Thunder. They need one bad. And they have Mitchell Robinson, sure. But Mitchell Robinson's going to miss the first 25 to 30 games of the regular season due to the surgery he had. That being said, they need a center. And Walker Kessler and Nick Richards are two guys that they're looking at, and I wouldn't be surprised if you saw them add one in. I think Walker Kessler is probably the more expensive guy out of the two, just because Charlotte, yes, both teams are bad, but I think the team that's in more of a winning mode is the Utah Jazz. Even though they're not going to be successful because of how good the Western Conference is, they still have talent on their roster, and unless they traded Lauri Markkanen and just completely got rid of everybody, they could compete in the Western Conference, but probably won't. But at the same time, I think that Walker Kessler is more valuable to team because of his shot blocking. He's so young as well. His shot blocking and his rebounding. But look, for instance, Kessler averaged 8 points per game and 8 rebounds per game last year with Utah with 2.4 blocks per game. And that was in 23 minutes per game. Now, Nick Richards on the other end averaged 10 points per game, 8.5 rebounds per game, and 1.2 blocks per game on 26 minutes per game. So Nick Richards averaged 3 more minutes per game than Kessler did, averaged 2 more points per game, and not even 1 more rebound per game. And Kessler averaged over 1 more block per game than Richards did, but Kessler played less minutes. So, if Kessler's probably putting up Richards' minutes, 26 minutes per game, I think that Kessler's probably putting up those same numbers, if not better. He might be averaging almost 3 blocks per game. He probably would be averaging 10 points and 10 rebounds per game if he is, if he's playing those minutes that Nick Richards is getting at 26. And he'd probably get those minutes, if not more, if he joins this New York Knicks team. I think it'd be great for the New York Knicks. I think I'd rather see Walker Kessler with the Knicks than, Nick Richards. I think both guys are both great centers, but at the same time, you could see that this New York Knicks team is building up to be a great defensive team to go up against some of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, like the Milwaukee Bucks, the Boston Celtics, and the Philadelphia 76ers, and all the other teams in the Eastern Conference. And they already have a great defensive front court with OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, who they just added in. And you could even look at Josh Hart, who would probably be the starting shooting guard. He's a great defensive player. Imagine adding in Walker Kessler, who averaged 2.5 blocks per game, and you got a great defensive front court of Walker Kessler, OG Anunoby, and Mikal Bridges. That'd probably be the best defensive front court in basketball, and it'd be really hard going up against those 3 guys. And then also having Josh Hart in the starting lineup. So let me know your thoughts on the potential trade for the Utah Jazz and the New York Knicks in the comment section. I would think, what would it cost for Walker Kessler? I think New York most likely would have to give away Miles McBride, who is a very solid guard, good scorer, good 3-point shooter. I don't think New York really wants to give him up, but they already have so much guard talent. Most likely Dante DiVincenzo is heading to the bench next season, and same thing could happen with Josh Hart as well. So with that being said, you're going to have more talent off the bench next year at the guard position. I think Miles very well could be on his way out, and I think that's something that New York would offer for Walker Kessler. I think Price straight up, those two guys for each other might get the deal done. Let me know your thoughts on the potential trade for the New York Knicks in the comment section, and peace out.